Welcome to my backyard garden. These lilies. I don't think there's that much light here, except for maybe morning sun. They sure are doing great. Now there's some bush cherries right here, and I don't think they've ever had any. They have blooms early in the spring, but there's never been any cherries. I can only assume there's just not enough light. And it looks like the blackberries are about done. I'm sorry, black raspberries. Sure there's lots of them out here. More than we can eat or pick or. Here's some wildflowers I started from seed last spring. I need to come out and weed them. And here's some I started from seed this spring. And this is a morning glory. I don't need to have that. We've got enough of those. But yeah, 3 packages. 1, 2, 3. This is a damn walnut tree. Oh. I just saw a Japanese beetle. I usually spray for those with just dish soap and water. And I've made some videos about that. Here's asparagus, get a little bit in the spring. And here's all seeds I planted this spring. Here is morning glories that planted themselves. This looks like a marigold. I wonder if it just self-seeded out there. This is definitely a tomato there. It's that time of year when if you want to work in the garden, you need to come out really early in the morning and do it. These are radishes that self-seeded. There's one there. I don't know how everybody else does it, but I pick radishes when they start sticking up above the ground. I don't think it was very big. Just getting some of this grass out of here. Last year the radishes, they went to seed before I even got them picked because I didn't think they were getting big enough to pick. So I got radishes and I planted a row of tomatoes here. It's being taken over by the radishes. That's okay. I'm going to have a garden that's not things are just growing in clumps. I don't want to have anything sticking up, although yesterday I did move the wood pile there because it was in the way. Oops. I don't know what this is, but I know it's something I don't want. Those are hollyhocks I started from seed. These are bunching onions, they're called. And these are carrots. I can't believe. How many of the carrots came up? Here's another bunch of carrots over here. I guess there's a few of the bunching onions right here. Maybe we just didn't get enough seeds in this last part of the row. These are hollyhocks there. And these are some seeds I just planted last year. And maybe this fall, we'll see some grass in there. I might start digging them up and planting them other places. I believe these are forget-me-nots. They'll be seeding themselves all over the place, I believe. These are California poppies. This is something I don't want. These things are all over the place. These are black-eyed Susans. Lots of those. And here's a delphinium right there. And this was a package of mixed wildflowers. So, I don't know what all these things are. I'd say that's sweet alyssum. And this is centuriae, cornflowers. There's some phlox in here too. Right there, those purple things are a lot of phlox. They're pretty well done blooming. They were blooming earlier. These black-eyed Susans sure are taking over though. Look at this. This is a tree lily that just fell over. I don't know whether it got too wet back there or what. But this is a 4 o'clock that volunteered. There's another one. And this is columbine that volunteered. And you can see it went to seed, so there'll probably be a lot more next year. Oh, here's some more seeds I planted back in here. Those are sweet williams there. Here's more hollyhocks. I'll get some hollyhocks going. And there's lupines. Here's foxglove. This is lilies trying to grow in there. I mean violets. And those 4 things right there. I bought some lilies at the store in a Menards or something, and then I didn't plant them for a long time, a couple months, because I bought them early in the spring and then just didn't get them. And I thought they were also dried up, and I thought they were dead for sure. But instead of throwing them away, I put them in this flower bed, thinking they'd never grow anyway. And I actually made a video of that too, planting them, so you can see how dried up and they looked. And here's some seeds for delphiniums, but I don't see any of them coming up there. Lots of these weeds. I don't know what those are, but they're all over the place. Anything that's all over the place is not something you want. Okay, so tomorrow I need to get up really early. Instead of sitting in there drinking coffee and reading, I need to come out here and pull all these weeds back here. And here's a sunflower. I hope it self-seeds. I don't know if there's a sunflower in the package of mixed wildflowers or what. Here's some zinnias that I planted from seed. And see, here's another one of these things. If you see too much of them, you can be sure you didn't plant it. This is a pepper plant that I bought, and here's a tomato plant I bought. There's a tomato right there. And this is some kale that I bought, plant. We need to start eating it, I guess. And this is Monarda bee balm bergamot. Here's one of those big things. Here's some cantaloupes over there. And here's some beans here. More cantaloupes there. And they're even climbing up the string on their own. Morning glory. Okay, well, if you like my garden, can you please subscribe to my channel? This is my backyard garden. And thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.